Welcome back inside the Flair Airlines hangar as we get ready for the second game on day 3 of the 2023 Men's NORCECA Final 6 from here in Edmonton, Alberta. Lakes of Cuba and Puerto Rico at the bottom and pick up their first win of the event. We'll have first serve coming up in just a couple of minutes, but now we'll throw things over to Bianca, our in-house announcer, for the pregame introduction. Stay with us here on Volleyball Canada's YouTube page. So those are the starting lineups for this contest between Mexico and the Dominican Republic. Mexico at 1-1. They won their opener against Cuba, and to come back from 2-0 down to pull off that feat, and then a loss yesterday against the United States. Meanwhile, the Dominican Republic has played 2 real tough matches. To begin, they lost 3-0 to the United States before falling 3-1 to Canada yesterday. The Dominican Republic and Mexico. The Dominicans on your right in the blue with red. Mexico in the reds with the green and white trim. Dominican libero is Juan Del Mesa, wearing number 5. He's in all whites. And the libero for Mexico is their captain, Hiram Bravo. He's in the black Mexican uniform here this afternoon, and getting us underway is Juan Jose Hernandez. Castillo puts that one out of bounds. Point Mexico. Erisandi Castillo with the first swing of the match goes out of bounds. The Mexican setter is Edgar Mendoza, their number 8. Toribio blocked. Mexico get another point. Brandon Lopez, who's back in the starting lineup here for Mexico with that stuff in the middle. Dominican Republic making just one change, going back to the starting lineup from their first game with Toribio in and Adrian Figueroa, the left-hander, back on the bench. Figueroa was real good in that game yesterday against Canada. Another serve for Mendoza. Mexico off to a good start, 3-0. Toribio, another chance for the Dominican Republic. Toribio again, this time change-up off the fingertips and down for a point for the Dominican Republic. They're on the board now. Erisandi Castillo, the number 8 for the Dominican Republic, getting ready to serve. Middle attack that time for Lopez. Caught the fingertips of the big blocker, Moises Ortiz, and falls to the floor. Point for Mexico. Josu Lopez now for the Mexicans, one of the top scorers so far in this tournament. He's among the best servers as well. Toribio blocked! The rejection there from Yasutaka Sanai, who finds himself in the starting lineup for Jorge Azer's Mexican side for the first time in this tournament. We've seen him play in both previous matches, but this is the first time he's been on the floor to begin a contest. Mexican bench trying to get their squad fired up here is Lopez with another serve. Toribio cross court. Good angle that time for the captain for the Dominican Republic. Some work to do for the Dominican. Still lots of time left in this opening set. 5-2 Mexico. There's the big 6'8" Moises Ortiz. 204 centimeters if you're more of a metric person. What a kill that is, or did it stay up? Ortiz kept it alive with the foot. What a play. We keep going. Tip that time, another great dig on the Dominican side. Castillo can't put it away. More defending to do for the Dominican. Toribio, roll shot, extended rally. And finally Mexico get it to go to the floor with Sanai. Great work by the Dominican Republic defensively throughout that rally, but they just couldn't find the attack to finish it off. I thought the first one was down, but it was off the foot of Ortiz and stayed up. Toribio seeing all sorts of volume early on, and if he's gonna do that, why not? Right down at the attack line. Now the Dominican captain will serve. He's one of the older Dominican players, having just turned 27 last month. Off the block, out of bounds, point Mexico, courtesy Luis Hernandez. He will go back and do the serving there, number 19. He's 22 years old. Again, head coach Jorge Azer says that there are 8 players on this Mexican team who will head to China shortly after this event and take part in an Olympic qualifier, as Rosario, with a great middle run for the Dominican Republic, hammers it home. Every team using this tournament a little bit differently, and with such a busy summer and some big events like the Olympic qualifiers. A number of countries using this tournament as more of a development event, whereas a team like Mexico is trying to get a little more chemistry within their Olympic qualifying team. They have a number of players who will join them currently over at their club teams in Europe. Quick serve there from Luis Reynoso, but it goes into the net. Point for Mexico. Here's Yasutaka Sanai, the number 18, another 22-year-old player for Mexico. Toribio out of the back. It was blocked. No, it wasn't. It didn't get over the net, so a point for Mexico. 9-5 Mexico in front here. And an early timeout taken by Jose Gutierrez Sanchez, their head coach. Volleyball Canada would like to thank its partners, the Government of Canada, the Government of Alberta, and Explore Edmonton for helping to make this event possible. So Mexico off to a good start, 9-5. They are in the lead after their loss yesterday to the Americans. Head coach Jorge Azer said that they made a lot of mistakes in that match. He wanted to see the side-out game be a little bit better, and he said the setting wasn't as good as he would like it to be as well. So looking to reestablish that connection with Mendoza. He also said it's one they have to just move on from as well. Sanai, big serve. Castillo, and Mesa kept it alive. And they're going to say that's 4 contacts on the Dominican Republic. And the Dominicans look a little bit confused here. And Toribio wants to have a word with our head official, is Yamil Gomez from Puerto Rico. Getting the explanation now. Looked like it was a clean play. The referee saw it a little bit differently. Toribio walks away, gives a thumbs up. Not sure he's actually satisfied, but he's going to pretend like he is anyway, as Sanai unloads one, but it goes into the net. Back at the service line for the Dominican Republic is Luther Rosario, the 20-year-old. Fairly youthful Dominican team with a sprinkling of veteran leadership. And that's going to be an ace for Rosario. Rosario ready to unload once again. Puts this one into the net. Can't follow up his ace. Mexico up by 4. Victor Parra, middle blocker for the Mexicans. Just turned 24 earlier this month. Battle at the net, and it's going to be won by Josu Lopez. Point Mexico. Just an overpass that was easily knocked back down. Parra with the serve again. Castillo off hands. Lopez, Mesa with the dig. He's one of the top diggers in this tournament. The Dominican libero, and Castillo says, I'll reward you for that nice pass by finding a seam in the block and putting it away. JJ Hernandez with the serve. Back row swing there from Luis Hernandez on the Mexican side. Nice C-ball run there from the Mexicans. Good set from Mendoza as well. That'll make coaches there happy. Trouble for the Dominican, and they're not going to be able to bring that one back, and it winds up being an ace for Mendoza. Mendoza again. Toribio. Somehow Mendoza kept that alive, but unfortunately, second contact winds up in row 3 here at the Flair Airlines hangar. A couple of fans excited to get the opportunity to get hands on that ball. Unfortunately, you don't get to keep it. It's not a souvenir. Substitution for the Dominican Republic here, as we're going to see Ronnie Molina come in. This is his first appearance of the tournament, number 13. He takes over for Araceli Castillo. Molina just 19 years old. Back at the service line. Lopez, big block, but that's going to ricochet well out of bounds. Another point for Mexico. Mexico has been extraordinarily efficient so far attacking. They have yet to commit an attacking error here as they lead 15-9 in the first set. What an ace that is from Lopez. Mentioned he leads the tournament in that category by a healthy margin, and he just showed you why there. Power and precision coming together on that serve. Lopez readying another cannon shot. Just got it over. Toribio blocked. Sinai and Lopez forming the wall. More subs for the Dominican here. We're going to see Adrian Figueroa come in for Toribio. Now it's good to go. The server for Mexico is still Lopez. Or sorry, no Josu Lopez. A couple of Lopez's on the floor. This one goes into the net. Moises Ortiz now for the Dominican Republic. Got that flat serve. This one wouldn't stay in play though. Another error for the Dominicans. Brandon Lopez for Mexico. Reynoso. That was Luis Hernandez, blocked. Another chance for the Mexicans. The other side is Sinai, off hands, point for Mexico. They've really stretched their lead here now to 19-10 in this opening set. Brandon Lopez once more. And that's just trouble. Molina not able to handle that. And now Mexico doubling up the Dominicans at 20-10. Rosario able to poke it over. Sinai, that's blocked, but it goes out of bounds. The Dominicans formed the wall that time, but couldn't steer it back on court. Mexican bench trying to get the crowd into it here. Reynoso off hands, up for a half second, and now the Dominicans snap that Mexican scoring run. And the left-hander Adrian Figueroa is back to serve. just turned 20 4 days ago. That one's into the net. The Dominicans, when they get an opportunity to maybe start a run, they're shooting themselves in the foot a little bit with some of these service errors. Luis Hernandez now for Mexico. Just long. So error for error there. Now it's Luis Reynoso, 23-year-old. In the middle, what a swing from Parra. Great set from Mendoza. We're gonna see a Mexican double substitution. We've seen them do this quite often throughout the course of the event. Luis Hernandez out. Miguel Resendiz comes in. And then Mendoza will make way for Angel Dominguez, number 22. Dominguez is just 19 years old. It's almost 6'10" is the number 22 for Mexico. Resendiz is the other setter. Just waiting for the technology to get sorted out here. So you see little tablets right to the side of the coaching staffs on both sides. So they actually input the substitutions in there, and it gets wired along to the other scorers table, and the tablet that's sitting for the down official as well, as that point goes to the Dominican Republic, the attack off the fingertips of the block. It's a system that's been used at FIVB events for a couple of years now, and they're just starting to introduce it at some of the continental events. So a bit of a learning curve for some of the coaches here. That one off fingertips from Dominguez, his first swing since he comes on. And that brings up set point for the Mexicans at 24-13. Victor Parra will serve. In the middle, Ortiz, did he find the line? He did. Just catching paint at the back. The Dominican Republic staving off the end of the set, at least for another point here. Here's Hernandez now. Lopez off the block and down. Mexico winning the opening set. Big time, 25-14 in the opener. So a brilliant start for Team Mexico here. We'll see what adjustments the Dominican Republic and head coach Jose Gutierrez Sanchez make heading into set number 2. We'll bring that to you in just a couple of minutes when we return to Edmonton and the 2023 Men's NORCECA Final 6.
Thank you once again for being here with us for the NORCECA
players taking the floor here for set number 2 between the Dominican Republic and Mexico. One-way traffic in that opening set, Mexico winning it 25-14. Mexico getting 11 points on their attack with no faults. I think that's what stands out the most. They didn't make any attacking errors, the Mexicans, in that opening set, pardon me. They also got 3 points off their block and 3 points thanks to aces. They did, however, commit 8 errors. So over half the points for the Dominican Republic were Mexican mistakes. And they've got another block point here with the replay, as you can see. Middle blocker Lopez coming over, helping out. Mendoza serving once again for Mexico. Ortiz popped it over. Another chance. Maybe one more. This time he'll take it down. This one from Ortiz will go. He's trying to get his team fired up. This is the server, Molina. Hernandez off hands, covering is Reynoso. Molina out of the back. Did he get a touch? No, he didn't. Mexico point, and immediate protests from the Dominicans. They're convinced that this hit the block. See if we can spot it. Happens so fast, it's really tough to tell. Osu Lopez for Mexico. Big serve, and another ace for Lopez. He continues to fire from the back line. It is an absolute rocket of a serve. And he's getting ready for another one. That one, maybe the toss a little bit too far in front. He was leaning forward. Ortiz to serve for the Dominican Republic. Again, they fell last night to Canada, but their head coach, Alexander Gutierrez, said the most important thing about yesterday's match is they played better than they did the previous day. Just wants to see growth from his team every single game, getting a little bit better, a little bit better. I don't think he'd be too thrilled with how that first set went, but still plenty of match left here. Ortiz to serve, tied at 3. That one into the net, another mistake for the Dominican Republic. They made 4 faults from their serves in that opening set. So you can make it 5 now in the match. Reynoso! And they say that it was touched off the block. Mexicans are a little bit confounded by that. They don't agree. Another serve here from Adrian Figueroa, the left-hander. Back row, Lopez! Out of the pipe. He absolutely ripped another one, Josu Lopez. He's fun to watch. The number 6 for Mexico. Just 21 years old too, only turned that back in July, so bright future for him. Reynoso blocked, another chance for the Dominican Republic. Reynoso again, that was off the very tips of the fingers. No protests that time from the Mexicans. Reynoso serving. A little bit of trouble here. Sinai does scramble it over. A center dump from JJ. Well disguised. The thing we noticed throughout the course of this event is maybe only see each setter dump once, maybe twice a match. They don't go to it very often. Back row, right at Mesa, look out! Luis Hernandez with a rocket. Mesa though was okay, popped up immediately. It's one of the dangers of being the libero is you've got to be right in the right spot. Look at that, the next pass he makes is absolutely perfect. Unfortunately, that was out the back from Molina. Mesa too, the libero for the Dominican Republic, is still only 18 years old. He'll turn 19 in December. And there you can see Reynoso trying to get out of the way and let it go out, but it just caught him in the hand on that big serve from Sinai. One more look at it here. You can see he's trying to move his arm out of the way to let it go out of bounds, but not quick enough. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Dominican Republic. They are now trailing 8-6 in this set. Volleyball Canada would like to thank some of their major sponsors, including Mizuno, Mikasa, and Volleyball Stuff. Thank you for your continued support of volleyball in Canada. So this set a lot more even early on here between the Dominican Republic and Mexico. Still Mexico playing extremely clean in this match. They finally have committed their first attacking error. We get underway again with Yasutaka Sinai. Back row, Figueroa. That was a big weapon against Canada. Then second contact from Luis Hernandez, or pardon me, Sinai, 18 not 19. See, it popped up perfectly for him. And he just didn't hit it the way he was hoping. So that too will be an attacking error. The server is Rosario. Good tip that time, right into the bucket. Ronnie Molina. One more look. Goes up with intentions of really swinging hard, winds up just dropping one over the block. Lopez, another big kill for the outside for Mexico, Josu Lopez. Lopez just going about his business in this game. It's his 7th point to lead all scorers. His teammate Sinai right behind him with 6. Dug in the back by Pata. Back row swing from Hernandez, and it took a slight redirection off the block, and that threw off Figueroa, who felt he was in the right spot, but unfortunately, the little redirection took it out of that path. Parra puts it into the net. Service error for Mexico. Their 5th of the match. Equals the number of aces they have. On the men's side, with some of these big serves, if you can keep the ace and error ratio at 1-to-1, a lot of times you'd be pretty happy with that. Back row, and Hernandez found the cross-court angle he was looking for. Really nicely done, Luis Hernandez, who's found some joy with that C ball. Serve from Mendoza. Molina really got able to lean into that one. Hammered it to the floor. Point for the Dominican Republic, and they're keeping pace with Mexico in this set. Down 11-10 at the moment. Now Molina serving. Hernandez. That one is going to sail well long. point for the Dominican Republic to even things up now. Ronnie Molina once more. Out the back. It's the sixth service error from the Dominican Republic in this match. They only have the one ace as well. Josu Lopez took a little something off that one. Figueroa going up again is Ortiz. Just sends it deep. All the Mexican players had crashed in towards the net. So there were lots of room in the back. Now Ortiz ready to serve. Hernandez off the block, out of bounds, point Mexico. Another good swing from Luis Hernandez, who's been a big factor in this match for Mexico. Here's Brandon Lopez. Figueroa, stuff, block. Sinai and Para forming the wall. Mexico up by a couple here. Rosario still alive. This one comes back on the Mexican side. It's got to get over. Para blocked. Rosario a solo stuff. First point off a block for the Dominican Republic in this match. Luther Rosario. Adrian Figueroa. Sinai, cross court, ripped it. Hadn't seen a ton of Yasutaka Sinai in this event so far, but he's been really strong for the Mexicans in this match. Luis Hernandez now. Out the back. Point for the Dominican Republic. Both teams have now committed 6 service errors. Luis Reynoso for the Dominicans. And that's a mistake as well. The Mexicans playing as strongly as they are. The Dominican Republic can ill afford those types of mistakes, ones that are under their control. Of course, you start to ride a fine line between just serving over muffins and, you know, putting in a good strong serve, but another block for the Dominicans, and maybe that will help to get things going in their direction. Now they've got a couple of block points from Rosario. He'll go back to the service line now. Tight battle at the net. Another chance for Mexico. Lopez had to reach for that one and still put a strong effort in. Watch this, you can see he was making his approach, the set's behind him. Able to just kind of lean back, snap that wrist down. Put it in a good spot as Para serves. Ortiz, little paintbrush. Just caught the fingertips, put it in a good spot. Sometimes those almost work better than getting a clean contact. A little more unpredictable. Over bump, and Figueroa will just tap it gently over. That'll even things up at 17 apiece. And a timeout's going to be taken by Jorge Azer and Team Mexico as we get into the later stages of set number 2. the Dominican Republic hanging tough. They've evened things up at 17 apiece. Big shout out to Volleyball Alberta for organizing the volunteers for this event. For more information, you can check out volleyballalberta.ca. So after a shaky first set for the Dominican Republic, and to be fair, Mexico did not make many mistakes. They've settled in now, the Dominicans, and are going toe-to-toe with a more experienced Mexican squad. Again, they are using this as a preparation for the Olympic qualifying tournament. They'll be in the same group as Canada in China, the men's qualifiers. Speaking of Olympic qualifying and Canada and China, the Canadian women upset China to stay in the hunt for an Olympic berth at the women's Olympic qualifying tournament. That one snuck through and down for Mexico for a point. Here's Edgar Mendoza, 24-year-old setter for Mexico. It's an easy knockback for Mexico that time with Brandon Lopez. Now a timeout taken by the Dominican Republic, their second of this second set. Volleyball Canada would like to thank its partners, the Government of Canada, the Government of Alberta, and Explore Edmonton for making this event possible. So the Mexican head coach, Jorge Azer, took a timeout at 17 all. His team scored 2 in a row. And then the Dominicans took a timeout. So we'll see if they have a similar response coming out of this break. Coach Jose Gutierrez. Mendoza getting ready to serve once more for Team Mexico. They were the champions of this tournament in its first year in 2021, 5th last year. That one's blocked. Molina didn't have any way through. Big point for Mexico here late in this second set to stretch it to 2017. Mendoza wasting no time once the whistle blows to serve, and then Ortiz with another middle attack. Got very long arms, Ortiz. Put it anywhere in the neighborhood, and he's going to make contact with it. Lopez, that's blocked. Ortiz again. Back-to-back points, courtesy the big middle blocker for the Dominican Republic. Molina, another serve. Middle, another block from Ortiz. 3 straight for the Dominican, and we're tied at 20. Number 18 proving to be a tough wall to break through right now for the Mexicans. Hernandez, that's how you do it. Found a seam, and he took advantage of it. Luis Hernandez thumped one down. Josu Lopez for Mexico. The Dominicans need to be aware here. And a mistake from Lopez. So that's a break for the Dominicans. Although I say a change here as Ortiz is back to serve, and I think they wanted a sub, and it is going to go wide. Almonte was trying to race to the scorer's table to get that sub in, and instead he's going to have to just go back to the bench. 22-21, Mexico in front as Brandon Lopez serves. What a set from JJ, and it was hammered down by Rosario. So now the Dominican Republic will get that substitution in with El Monte coming in this time for Figueroa, and he will go back to the service line. Ismael Almonte, 24 years old. Another left-hander for the Dominicans. Sinai, big kill. Asutaka Sinai, another thunderous hit. Luis Hernandez now. Kept alive, still up, and now it's down on the floor. Reynoso eventually gets it down. So we're at deuce here in this second set. First team to get a 2-point lead will be the victors. Reynoso will do the serving here. Back row, Hernandez down the line. Seen that a few times from Luis Hernandez. Set point for Mexico, and they want to make a couple of substitutions. It's that double sub we saw in the first set as well, with Rescindes coming in for Luis Hernandez. So he'll go in the back row and do the setting. And Mendoza comes out. And Angel Dominguez comes in, adds some height in the front row. Providing a big block is Dominguez. That one does roll out. It danced along the tape almost the entire length of the net there. It did eventually fall out of bounds. Mexico will make that double sub again. Hernandez and Mendoza back on, while Dominguez and Rescindes go to the bench. 24 apiece here, with Luther Rosario back at the service line for the Dominican Republic. Dumped over, still up. Lopez, able to muscle it through the block. Also, Lopez gives Mexico set point once again. Victor Parra will serve. Can he finish this one off? Molina, that's in on the back. Perfect spot. We keep going, 25 apiece. JJ Hernandez. Lopez gets another kill. There's a net call against Dominican Republic, so it was always going to be Mexico's point. Another opportunity to close it out. Third chance. Will this be the charm? Mendoza serving. Almonte, passed up by Bravo. Hernandez off the block, out of bounds. Mexico wins set number 2, 27-25, but a very competitive set, especially when compared to the first one. The Dominicans are in this match. Can they find a way to break through here as we go to set number 3? We'll bring you the action coming up in a couple of minutes. This is the men's NORCECA Final 6 from Edmonton. back in action for set number 3 here at the Flair Airlines hangar in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Hope you're having a great Thursday. I'm Grayson Knudsen. 27-25, Mexico needed extra points that time to win set number 2 over the Dominican Republic. They're up 2-0 in the match as we resume play with the serve from JJ Hernandez and a first kill from Josu Lopez. Able to get it through the block. Mexico through 2 sets, leading in attack points 26-24, 7-4 in block points and 5-1 in service aces. They have committed 14 errors to 10 for the Dominican Republic as Ortiz finds the sideline again. Moises Ortiz was big in the latter part of that second set for the Dominican Republic, helping to pull them even. They were down 20-17 and he scored 3 points in a row to make things interesting. Good kill there from Luis Hernandez. Hernandez just catching the edge of the block as well as finding the floor. Big serve, Lopez, good pass from Mesa. Hernandez cross court right at the setter. Molina caught the arms there of Brandon Lopez and gets a point for the Dominicans. It's one of those ones where Lopez, after the fact, is probably going, well, if I don't go up for that, we probably dig it quite easily. But in the moment, you are just trying to do what you can to win a point for your team. Hindsight 2020, of course. Here's Ortiz. Got a flat serve. Big swing from Sinai. Mexico with another point. Again, he's been real impressive, Sinai, in this match. Baja California. Rosario, that one out of bounds, point Mexico. Just couldn't quite keep that one in play. Brandon Lopez with the serve. All sorts of trouble this time for the Dominican Republic. Rosario just punching at that one, trying to keep it alive. Wound up knocking it away from his teammates. And an ace for Lopez. A little bit of miscommunication there between Molina and Mesa. And a timeout here from Jose Gutierrez. Mexico up 6-2 here. And the timeout taken. Volleyball Canada would like to thank some of their major sponsors, including Mizuno, Mikasa, and Volleyball Stuff. Mexico, this is more akin to the first set than the second set. Taking advantage of some Dominican errors. There was a pretty angry Jose Gutierrez in that timeout, letting his team know what he thought of their performance so far. Especially after some positives in that second set. Haven't translated yet into set 3 here as Lopez serves. Almonte get another chance. Reynoso, triple block and Mexico on the net. They were able to make the block, but they touched the net. And so the Dominicans will get the points. We'll get a look at it here. On the way down, I think it was Luis Hernandez. Almonte serving here. That toss just let him down. Just too far in front of him, a little bit too high as well. And he was really reaching at that one. See what Luis Hernandez can do. Reynoso, that was likely going out, but a reaction there from Josu Lopez to protect the face. Keeps that one in play. Reynoso to serve. Parra in the middle. One arm to it, but it goes flying away. Server is Sinai. Ripped it into the net. Mendoza sets it up for Lopez. Reynoso was guarding that back line. Molina tip. Lopez blocked, but it's going to ricochet well out of bounds. Point for Mexico. Mexico in front as Parra serves. Awkward from Almonte, but still made the play. Molina, long. Point Mexico. The Dominican Republic now with 15 attacking faults to 7 for Mexico. But a service error there from Victor Parra. Now both teams have made 9 errors on serves, but Mexico has 6 aces to just 1 for the Dominican Republic. JJ with the serve. Lopez, and Mesa's not going to be able to handle that one. (11-6) for Team Mexico. Edgar Mendoza, their setter. Almonte, big time block. Hernandez and Brandon Lopez with the rejection that time around on the attack attempt from Almonte. Cross court, was there a touch? Yes, there was. Well, they said it was in too. Molina with the kill. Now Molina goes back to the line. Hernandez gets it to go again. Just a ton of strength behind that swing, out muscles the block, and falls to the floor. Josu Lopez looking to add to his service totals. Again, the top ace man in the tournament. That one though, well long. Josu Lopez leading all scorers in the match with 14 points. Just ahead of his teammate, Luis Hernandez, with 13. Sinai has 10 for Mexico. Hernandez blocked. Rosario with a stuff. Another look at this. The block was able to get over and form a nice strong wall. Here comes Ortiz now. Lopez poking at it, and Ortiz couldn't deal with it. little poke, and Ortiz, I think, thought it was going to be more of a tip than a deep poke. Dominican players just asking for a little bit of moisture to be wiped up. Now we're good to go again. Lopez, that's Brandon Lopez. Almonte, high off the block, still in play. Almonte again, this one gets through. Second rip at it from the southpaw, managed to find a seam. Work to do here for the Dominican Republic, trailing by 4 at the midway mark of this third set. Para, good dig from Mesa. Almonte out of the back. Bravo returns the favor. Reynoso up against 3, and Mexico's on the net. Point for the Dominican Republic. We're 3 in the wall again for Mexico, but one of them just grazing the net. Almonte. Hernandez blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Reynoso talking to himself after that one, saying, I gotta bring that back inside the court. Gotta just angle the hands a little differently. Luis Hernandez, big time serve. Mesa, great pass. Hernandez out of the back row, blocked. Big time rejection by the Dominican Republic. Their block starting to make a bit more of an impact in this match. Picked up a half dozen points now with their block after it took them until about midway through that second set to get their first point. Back row, Lopez out of the pipe. Josu Lopez, fun player to watch for the Mexicans. Sinai to serve. Molina, that one caught fingertips of the blockers, and Bravo thinks that he should have had that one. A little disappointed, the Mexican captain, their libero. Here's Luther Rosario. Lopez down the line, Almonte with a great dig. Molina blocked. Another block point for the Mexicans, that's 9 in the match. Sub on the Mexican side, we're gonna see number 48, Frankie Militoni coming in. He'll serve for Victor Para. First appearance in the match for the number 48. He started yesterday in the loss to the United States and made a brief appearance in the opening match as well. Just got it over, a fortunate roll. Lucky break for the Mexicans. They don't ask how, they just ask how many. And that one, fortuitous roll, the 7th ace of the match for Mexico. Timeout, Dominican Republic. Head coach Jose Gutierrez using his second timeout of the set. His team down by 5 at 18-13. Big thank you to Volleyball Alberta for organizing volunteers for this event. For more information, check out volleyballalberta.ca. Again, without the volunteers and the help that they offer, the time they put in, this event does not take place. So a big thank you to them and everybody working behind the scenes to ensure everything runs smoothly here. Got one more game today to bring you. That'll be Canada and Cuba, 7 o'clock local time, so less than an hour and a half from now. Milantoni can't follow up that ace with another one. So now Parra will come back in. Milantoni will come back out. And then Parra steps off the floor for the libero Bravo. Juan Jose Hernandez, the veteran on this Dominican squad, with the serve and a massive swing again from Josu Lopez. One of the top attackers in the event so far, Josu Lopez. Ortiz blocked, good coverage from Mesa. That one is long, but no touch. Point for Mexico, 20-14. The lead growing a little bit more. That's trouble, and it's gonna result in a point for Mendoza. That knuckling floater that he runs into can certainly cause some problems when you hit it just right, or it catches a little air current. Almonte, caught fingertips, still alive. High ball for Lopez, threw it over. Molina blocked, Almonte covering. Now he's gonna get a swing. Bravo flying in with a dig. Hernandez off hands, out of bounds, point Mexico. Another long rally going the way of the Mexicans. That lead just getting bigger and bigger as this set looks a lot like the first one. Ortiz, what a dig again from Bravo. Hernandez stuffed by Ortiz. Couple of really brilliant digs though by Ira Bravo for Team Mexico. This time though, Ortiz shut down the attack of Luis Hernandez. Dominicans need a run here. Serve from Molina. Brandon Lopez, you could hear him holler for it, and he did what he wanted to do, put it away. Here's that double sub for Mexico. Dominguez and Resendez coming in. Luis Hernandez and Mendoza coming out. Dominguez adding all sorts of height up front, which is good when you need to try to block after a serve. Almonte is stuffed. Sinai with the rejection. And that's going to bring up match point for Mexico. One more look at that here. It went straight down. Back on the Dominican side. Josu Lopez. Can he finish it off in style here? No, he can't. It's into the net. The Dominicans survive to play another point. Moises Ortiz trying to keep this match going. Resendez, Dominguez, just wide. We did miss by a ton. Hasn't had a ton of looks. Dominguez, not a lot of playing time. That one was oh so close. Ortiz again. There's one that goes for Dominguez, and a match winner for Mexico. 25-17 here in this third set as they take it in straights. So the Dominican Republic will fall to 0-3. They've got 1 point so far in the tournament. Find themselves in 6th place at the moment. Meanwhile, Mexico improving to 2-1. They've got a total now of 7 points thanks to a straight sets victory here over the Dominican Republic. Tomorrow, Mexico will play Puerto Rico. That'll be at the 2 o'clock game. Dominican Republic will take on Cuba at 4:30. Some match stats from this one. Mexico with 40 attack points to 32 for the Dominican Republic. 10-7 were the block points in favor of the Mexicans. They also had 8 aces to just 1. 19 errors committed by Mexico, 16 for the Dominican Republic. One more match to go today. Canada taking on Cuba at 7 o'clock local time, so in about an hour and 20 minutes from now. And we hope that you'll join us for that one. On behalf of our entire staff here at the Flair Airlines hangar in Edmonton, this has been a presentation of Sports Canada TV. Mexico goes to 2-1 as they defeat the Dominican Republic. We'll see you back here at 7 o'clock for Canada and Cuba.
Thank you.